do. We're chatting about a lot of what's going on in the market today, how Cardinal is handling all the changes, and then some tips that we have for y'all, for anybody that's looking to invest back in their business right now. So first and foremost, Colin, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Colin and I have gotten to know each other much better over the last couple of months, largely due to a mutual acquaintance of ours who we're both very, very fond of. So Karis, if you're out there and you see this, thank you for this friendship, because Colin has been fantastic. We've also started to build a really strong relationship with Cardinal here at AIME, and we are so thankful for that. Y'all have jumped in feet first to be very committed to not only the broker community, but AIME members specifically. So with that, everybody out there is very curious right now on how y'all are handling all of the changes that are happening right now. The transition to work from home, all of the ups and downs in the market. How's it all going?
Well, you know, after wanting to throw up a few days in a row, I think we're actually handling it really well. You know, right at the day after, you know, I got back from AIME Activate, our CEO made the decision early to send everybody home. So we're, you know, 95% of the organization is working remote. All of our systems are basically either proprietary or SaaS services, and so it's very, very easy for us to transition. So we've got some key functions that are there in the office just to make sure we get the mail and they're paying bills and, you know, secondary markets, capital markets, that type of thing. So the transition was surprisingly easy. And so, you know, you didn't see us, you know, posting a lot of messages about it because we didn't really see any significant disruption in the day-to-day. And so, you know, I was proud of our leadership to make that decision early and just protect people and protect the business and limit the spread as much as we could. And so very grateful for that.
So, and remind us, where are you guys located? I know you're headquartered in Charlotte, but where is the rest of your team?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, you know, we have wholesale leadership across the country now. We've expanded our team, you know, pretty healthy clip. You know, we're still growing. The business is just a little bit over 2 years old. And so, you know, we're still trying to fill our shoes. And so we've got leadership now out of, that runs Northwest out of Denver, Colorado. His name is William. He goes by B. Passon. We've got Greg Woolsey down in the Southwest. We've got Inside Sales West that runs out of Chandler, Arizona, and that's Terry Cutting. We've got the Midwest covered by Judd Esch. We've got the Northeast with Vince Cavallea, and Southeast with Tammy Wallace. And now we've got Rich Linderman in the Mid-Atlantic. And then our newest leadership member is the Inside Sales East production manager, and his name is Andy Hunt. And, you know, our operational workforce is distributed, right? We're across the country. Underwriters are all across the country. It's a remote workforce for the most part. Our client advocates are wholesale client advocates. We have concentrations in the East and the West to serve those regions. But we also have a number of, you know, they're obviously all remote at this point. In a normal environment, we have them in office in either Scottsdale or Chandler, or from a remote location, or out of the corporate offices here in Charlotte. Right?
And I think
I'm working from South Carolina, which is only 5 miles from the border, but I work out of our corporate offices in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay. And I think the important thing for everybody to realize from that is, because you had a decentralized model already, it really, whatever area of the country is most heavily impacted right now, you've got other centers and other locations that can help absorb the volume. So we really shouldn't expect a major dip or slow down with Cardinal, because you've got the ability to, one, already having a remote workforce. You've got people who are used to the environments that they're in, but you've also got people located all over the country instead of centralized in one specific area to help absorb when they need to from other locations, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt. And because, you know, we are still in growth mode and we didn't have a large footprint in the West Coast, specifically in those shelter-in-place counties, you know, our exposure there has been less than others. And, you know, not that we haven't had, you know, deals that needed to close there. You know, we've seen some pretty ingenious ways of getting deals closed. And, you know, I've seen some resiliency and some just brilliant solutions coming out to be able to serve those needs and continue to get clients where they need to be. And, but yeah, thankfully, I guess if we would have grown faster and had a bigger footprint, might be more impactful at the moment. So, good timing, I guess.
Definitely. So with that, we've got, with your growth, I'm sure you're also seeing the growth of the broker channel, right? We've got all of these new community members that are joining, that are transitioning over to wholesale right now from retail, which is great. And if you're out there and you're watching, we're so happy to have you here. Colin, as somebody who's been around the industry for a while and kind of seen all of these different facets, the ups, the downs, everything in between, what kind of advice would you give to people who are new to the channel right now, coming into an environment that is incredibly unique and something that even those that were around back in the financial crisis didn't experience to the level that they are right now?
Yeah, I think it's natural to be scared, right? And question yourself because you've got fear compounded upon fear, right? And if you're new to the business and you've just made that transition and you're wondering, what the heck did I just do? Take comfort that you are in a really, really good spot. We are definitely an essential service. There is nothing more critical than getting clients into a better financial position today than they were yesterday, right? And if we can lower payments, if we can improve financial positions, regardless of where the economy is going, you are in a wonderful place. The government has stepped in a pretty big way. We're seeing, stabilization on the agency side, much more so over the last couple of days than we did over the last week and a half, which, quite frankly, was just unprecedented volatility. As a lender, couldn't even figure out how to price, had to delay pricing. There's a lot of market risk, a lot of interest rate risk or market risk that was there. But as a new broker to this industry, things are going to continue on. We're going to come out of this. And there is enormous opportunity for people, especially since they're home, they're taking care of a lot of the other things that, as far as their finances. And there will be ways to get loans done with, the appropriate, I like to say physical distancing, which I heard from somebody else, versus social distancing. Because I feed on relationships with people, and that social distancing really doesn't work for me. But you're in a wonderful spot, and don't lose focus, don't lose confidence in what you're doing, because we're going to play a big part in getting the economy back to where it needs to be.
That's awesome. And I think that's great advice, right? We keep trying to push, especially in the Brokers Are Better group recently, that positivity is the thing that people need to be kind of latching onto right now, not the fear, not the negative that's out there. There's plenty of that floating around. So the more that you can be, as I think Renee Rodriguez calls it, a lighthouse, and drawing people in and helping show them the direction to go, especially on maybe today is not the day to change your financial position, but 2 weeks from now might be. So let's chat, let's get everything in order so that we're ready to strike as soon as the iron is hot.
Yeah, and I would say, what a perfect opportunity, even for those people that fall out, right? I mean, think about the lives that are impacted. There's no way that every one of us isn't going to be in contact with somebody that's affected by this, right? Whether it's sickness or whether it's loss of job or loss of income. I mean, the favorite restaurant that you go to every night or every week, right? Think about the servers in those places that are really, paycheck to paycheck and just suffering at this moment, right? So, I think it's the empathy and the sympathy that we can have and really play that role in helping those people as well, and not forget about, right? If they fall out due to employment, these are people that are going to have a job. They're going to bounce back. They're going to get back to a position, and you want to be that trusted advisor for them through that crisis.
That's awesome. So with that, I know one of the things that Cardinal is definitely very well known for is your technology, right? Your investment in technology is more than just about any other lender out there. I think there's probably only one other one that we're all thinking of that really puts a lot of heart and soul into the technology they offer to the broker community as well. Cardinal definitely stands out in that area. Even when I was at Arrive, Cardinal was always the solution that we were trying to kind of model after and watch what was happening and what you guys were investing in so that we could emulate and replicate a lot of the same things within our platform. So what would you suggest people do, or what would you want the broker community to know about Octane and a lot of the things that they can do within that platform that maybe they're not aware of right now?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we understand our biggest objection that we run up against every day is that people don't want to learn a new system, and I get it, right? We want to be able to just get to disclosure as fast as possible and let everybody else do the work. We feel like we've got a unique system, and there's certainly a lot of benefits, but it requires a little bit of help to get out of the gate. And we've provided resources now, and we've expanded our team to be able to handle the appropriate training. I would say, a year ago, we were really leaving it all up to the account executive, and that's not fair, right? It's to train our brokers and train new users, and so we need a more structured approach, and we've expanded our team there. So if anybody wants to have a guided walkthrough on their first few uploads, that is what we're pushing people to do, and we want partners that are willing to do that, right? Because if you don't get trained, one, you're not going to understand all of the features and benefits that are available to you in the system, and two, it'll eliminate a whole lot of frustration. So if you go through that guided experience, and if you want to do that, just go to cfwholesale.com, reach out to the client care phone number on the bottom of the web page, and ask to be scheduled. They're not going to train you on that call. They will schedule you in very short order to do a walkthrough. And we've got unbelievably talented trainers on the line, ready to help at a moment's notice. And so we're tackling those things and addressing the system stops and critical checks that really shouldn't apply to the broker user or the processor, and we're incrementally getting better every day. And that's one of the beauties of our group, is that we're doing a release a week. And so when you're talking about sprints that are normally monthly or quarterly, we're doing it weekly. And so if you like us now and you like the people that you're dealing with, 6 months from now, a year from now, you're going to like us even better, right? Yeah. And again, we just feel like there's a place for us in the market. We're not trying to, pound the desk and be number one. We just believe that choice matters, and having a good partner that cares about the broker community and has, firm policies in place to protect your business and also provide you world-class tech, maybe there's a good spot for us, right? And so that's kind of how we approach it.
Definitely. And I will tell you, Carl, Benjamin, and Colin, and Jason Frazier were in our office at AIME not that long ago, and we got a little bit of a sneak peek into some of the stuff that's coming out later this year. And like Colin said, if you like the platform now, you're going to love it before the year is over. There's some really amazing things that are coming, and I'm sure you guys are looking for more feedback every day. So definitely, whether it's comment on this post specifically on things that you love or things that you wish could get improved, we'll pass all of that back along to Colin. We want to bring that all in so that we can help Cardinal and Cardinal can help you guys, right? That's the goal of all of this. How do we all work together to make this a more effective community? Before we get wrapped up, because it looks like we just have a couple minutes left, first of all, there are tons of comments coming through about how much people love their account executives. So that's definitely a testament to your sales team and your sales force. I
appreciate that very much. Our operational workforce and our underwriting teams have just done amazing to keep us, current and turn times, competitive. And, we've got the whole business really focused on speed right now, right? Because speed matters. And if, so from an account executive perspective, we really kind of turned the focus from our account executives being salespeople. They're just extension of our operations group right now, right? Because there's a lot of deals. They don't have to work as hard to get those deals. And we are here just doing everything we can to push your loans to close so that, one, you can get paid and the borrower's in a better position as we go into this, the end of this cycle.
Speaking of speed, right after this, we'll be posting updated turn times for all of our partners, Cardinal included. You guys are always one of the fastest ones on that list. There is no turn time right now for setup. It's going directly into initial underwrite in less than a day. So they're definitely staying on top of things, trying to keep everything moving as fast as possible. Yeah. Colin, before we do wrap it up, what is kind of the one last word that you want to give out to the community, whether it's about Cardinal or what's going on in the environment right now? The last little nugget of wisdom from you.
Yeah, I would just say, be compassionate, right? We're in a wonderful position to help. I'm very thankful to have a job. I'm very thankful to have jobs for a lot of people to be able to help others. And, there's going to be a lot of folks in need, right? Whether it's extended family, whether it's friends, whether it's, people within the business. And we've got to be thankful for our jobs right now, be grateful that we've got an industry that supports us and a government that considers us essential. And just look for ways to help others. And it'll, it's going to reputationally, it's going to make you feel better, and it's going to help the industry overall. And so that's it. Have a wonderful day.
Awesome. Well, if anybody out there is looking to get connected with Cardinal, you can always email us directly, partnerships@aimegroup.com. We'll post it in the comments as well. We'd love to get y'all hooked up with Colin and Carl and everybody else over on the Cardinal team. Colin, thank you again for joining us today, and I'm sure we'll see you again soon.
I look forward to it.